2018 NBA draft class looks as if it could make history as a historical draft class. Not only does it have potential superstars in it, it also has immense depth at every position. Going into the season, there were mixed feelings and opinions on who would win the Rookie of the Year. Personally, I assumed it would be Luka Doncic, as he was the most NBA-ready freshman in the draft, and even started a video on it, but it didn't make it to the final cut. Anyways, most people agree with me now, and most exclaim that he is the Rookie of the Year by far. Despite what the media says and how much Instagram accounts hype up the man, this isn't necessarily the case. He's flashy, that's what gives him media attention, he makes tough shots, but because people see his name everywhere, they assume he's the best. However, this isn't necessarily true. If we look at what most people claim is the runner-up in TRAE Young, he obviously doesn't surpass Luka's numbers as he put up 15.6 points, 7.6 assists, 3 rebounds, 0.7 steals, and 0.3 blocks per game, and shot 37.8% from the field on a 12.4 PER, negative 4.8 box plus minus, negative 0.5 win shares, a 116 defensive rating, and a 95 offensive rating. So then, who can surpass Luka Doncic? The answer is DeAndre Ayton. Most people haven't even been paying attention to the number 1 overall pick, and it seems like this has been the least expectations for a number 1 pick in a long time. However, this is good for him. Being under the radar gives you less pressure. As a comparison, let's just look at their stats side by side. For points, Luka Doncic takes it, averaging 18.1 per game versus Ayton's 15.8 per game. But efficiency is where things change scoring-wise, as Ayton is currently shooting 59.5% from the field to Doncic's 43.8%. Despite both being good percentages for rookie seasons, Ayton's efficiency definitely proves him to be a better scorer than Doncic. Next up, assists. Although Ayton has done a great job playmaking as a big man this year with 2.5 assists per game, Doncic definitely takes this one with 4.3 assists per game. On to rebounds. For offensive boards, Ayton takes it with 2.4 a game to Luka's 1 per game. With defensive rebounds, Ayton once again takes it with 10.1 a game to Luka's 5.5. For defense, Luka averaged 1 steal to Ayton's 0.6, and Ayton had 0.8 blocks to Luka's 0.4. So as you can tell, with the regular box score stats, Ayton definitely takes the lead on the offensive and defensive end, but it's when we look at the advanced stats that things get a little more sus. Per 100 possessions, Luka Doncic posted a 109 defensive rating, which takes out Ayton's 112 defensive rating, but Ayton crushes Doncic's 103 offensive rating with his 116. Although a 103 offensive rating is not bad for a rookie, he's supposed to be the one carrying the Mavericks offense, yet he's averaging 3.6 turnovers per game. Neither are necessarily known as defensive stoppers, so naturally their defensive ratings aren't going to be sky high, but the stats clearly show that Ayton has a bigger impact on the court. The stats further prove this hypothesis too, as Ayton has a PER of 19.8 to Luka's 15.4. Ayton's box plus minus is also higher, although only by a touch, and his usage is lower, and his 2.1 win shares, which actually leads his team, blows out Luka's 1.1, which is only 6th on his team. So, he's not as good as he's cracked up to be, but what is really bothersome is that fans are claiming he's having the best rookie season out of any European prospect of all time. Really? Because I can name more than a few players who had just as good, if not better, rookie seasons than him. Pau Gasol, Arvydas Sabonis, Marc Gasol, Kristaps Porzingis, Andrei Kirilenko, Dino Radja, and Zydrunas Ilgauskas. And of course, it's taken into consideration that his team is winning games, at least more in comparison to DeAndre Ayton and the Suns, but the Mavericks are simply a better team and a playoff team on paper. Currently, they're 8th in the Western Conference with a 13-11 record, which is above 500, but far from good. And if you want to go into depth on how much Luka actually contributes, the team has a 111.7 offensive rating when he's on the court, whereas when he's on the bench, their rating shoots up to 118.3. That's a big difference for a team that relies on Luka on the offensive end of the floor. There are undefined sources of error in this calculation as a starter, but in this case, he's being compared to another starter in DeAndre Ayton, in which the offensive rating when he's on the court is 107.6, and when he's on the bench, it's 101. So unlike Luka Doncic, the team actually plays better with him on the court. So it goes without saying currently that Ayton provides a bigger contribution on both the offensive and defensive end of the hardwood. Another common mistake fans make is that Luka Doncic is the most talented player on the roster, which is simply not true at all. Although he is one of the main forces their offense relies on, DeAndre Jordan is the best player on the team, and I'm not going to go into statistics about the two of them because they are teammates, and that is not the hypothesis this video intends to serve. But once again, the Mavericks are acquiring a higher volume of wins, but this is simply because the roster is better. It has contributable veterans to complement the young talent, which the Suns don't have, and has a veteran coach, which again, the Suns don't have. And it goes without saying that the Suns need a point guard too, because obviously without a notable player to run the offense and make plays, they are going to go 4-22, especially with Devin Booker out. And it's also tough being in a position as a big man where you don't have a good playmaker on your team because wings are simply much less likely to pass to the post and run the pick and roll. So let's be honest here. It's a tight race for the Rookie of the Year, and as much as we enjoy hyping up aesthetically pleasing players, we need to get real and look at the stats before we can make conclusions. Personally, I won't get irritated if Luka Doncic wins the Rookie of the Year because I'm not biased towards either teams. The award never contributes to a player's potential and future. It just needs to be known that it is really a tight race, and what we see isn't always black and white. There's always other factors hidden beneath the hardwood. So let me know down in the comments who you guys think is the Rookie of the Year. Like, obviously going into this season, I thought it'd be Luka Doncic, and it's very close. But anyways, let me know down in the comments. Like, comment, subscribe, share with your buddies, and I will see you dudes in the next one.
Check it out. Never knew a friend till I met a foe. Never knew a pimp till I met. Never knew pain till I met the game. Never had a real team that could win the ring. Never knew what a friend could do. Never knew I'd be bruised all black and blue. With my back to the wall, scrap with my dogs, rap with my dogs.